Alright, this is just another quick little video to show my HYPO. Of course, this is the SNW Strange New Worlds HYPO, but it is of course my version of that HYPO, using the original as more of a interpretation, or this is a rendering of the same thing. This particular version is more compact than the one seen on the show. I wanted it to be more like what you would expect to see in the real world, not so bulky, something more portable. And also the electronics in this is more like a smart HYPO. So I'll go ahead and show you what I mean by that. Basically, it has everything that you would expect. It has the nozzle, the injection trigger here, an indicator here to show how much fluid has been pulled into the HYPO for getting ready for injection. This is the little holder for the medication. Basically, you can see that this also has a tube running down the center so that it pulls the medication out of the vial. I've seen other versions, and I wouldn't even know how the medication gets pulled out of the vial in the first place. So we're going to go ahead and put it in here. Basically, the LEDs here show that there is a vial in place. This one here shows that it was in contact with the computer. It was checking for proper dosage as well as the medication being the correct medication. Also, you can see here that it's actually pulled a sample from the vial. Okay, so it's pulled a sample into the pump. This is the injection pump, and you can see by the other LED here, the amber one, that it is completed. And so now it doesn't matter what the orientation is of the HYPO itself, because again, I'm not even sure how it would pull the sample out if it wasn't maybe in this position in the first place. So basically now it's already done its job. It's already pulled in the proper dosage. It knows the medication is great. Another added feature to this, making it more of a smart HYPO, is that it won't inject by accident, because if you were to press the button by accident, it would inject out some of the dosage, which now won't be any longer correct. So it's all set up so that it won't do anything until you actually have a patient. So once you press it up against the patient, you press inject, and of course it does. So we'll show that again. We pull out the medication, we grab, say, another one of this different medication, again in contact with the computer, checking for the medication itself. The proper dosage has been pulled out, again filling up the injection pump. There you see here it's still got the vial in place. It's now completed the check as well as the pulling out the dosage. And again, it won't do anything here until I actually press it up against the patient, press it, and inject. Okay, another thing I've been working on is for the tricorder. It's actually a scanner for the tricorder. It's a handheld scanner. The only problem I'm having, other than having the proper components, I need to order some smaller LEDs for the amber part of the scanner itself. So those are on the way. But I didn't want the LEDs that I have now go to waste. I didn't want the effort of the soundboard as well as the scanning circuit to go to waste. So I put it inside this. So this is basically a handheld scanner. Again, still waiting on the smaller battery that goes inside here. Everything else is in place. We have the chip, which is the scanning chip for the face of it here, as well as the sound circuit is also in place. So again, waiting on the battery and the speaker to actually fit in there, and then it will all be self-contained with a little push button here on the side. Since the LEDs are actually pointing upward or outward, it's not pointing to the side. I didn't want, again, this particular circuitry to go to waste, so I made this version of a scanner to be more self-contained and not need a tricorder. But I thought, okay, well, since it's already been printed, already been produced, why don't I just use it here in the HYPO? So basically, once it's in place, I can actually download the information that was uploaded into the little scanner. It has now taken it into the HYPO, and it can now be released and another one put in place or another scan. So this would indicate that it has its own memory, and again, it doesn't need a tricorder to make it work. You can do the scan, and maybe at a later date you want to check the data that this has collected. You put it up into the HYPO so that it can actually download it into the computer as it's doing now. Okay, so that is completed, and so now you can again take this out and go for another one. So it not only has a means of doing an injection of actual medication. Okay, again, it does it there. It's again smart HYPO. It's now read the information. Since I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out, and I want to download any scanning that I've taken from my little scanner, and I want to upload it into the HYPO itself, and that way it's actually in contact with the computer, done its job, it's downloaded into the computer, and now it can be released. So there you go. Just wanted to show that there is a need for a little scanner as well as the dosage medication vial that you see here. And there I'm at so far. Thanks for watching.